Happy Thursday, LinkedIn friends. Welcome to another episode of Lean Coaching for Lean Coaches. So glad you are here this morning with all of us. And man, I got to tell you, every Tuesday, every Thursday, when I am standing here, I am just so pumped, so excited. Even as I prepare for it, I am just um, what's the word for it? Pumped, excited, jazz. No, that is like an 80s, 90s term. But please do let me know who you are, where you're coming in from, what's brought you here today. We're having these great conversations first on Tuesdays with other great wing coaches and helping and supporting them in the challenges they're facing, whether it's in their practice at work or as they're transitioning to building their own business, all the challenges that come with that. We work through those right there live on the spot and help support them. We did that with Marie on Tuesday and had a blast. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, please do. And of course, if you're wanting to do that kind of work here, be live, and have some challenges that you'd like to work through, please shoot me a message, DM, as the kids say, and we can go ahead and make that happen, get you on, and get that good work going. Now, the conversation we're going to have today actually came out of that. Coaching, live coaching on Tuesday with Marie. Marie was talking about her, year 2024 ahead and how she was going to boss up her systems and looking as she started reflecting further on her routines and systems. And that made me think, because I know this is a challenge for me, is routines, systems, processes. We, as continuous improvement folks, we pride ourselves in having routines and having processes that we have in place for ourselves and for those that we work for and support. And sometimes those processes and routines we have to make our lives easier can kind of fall by the wayside, not by like lack of wanting to have them or whatnot, but just because we're paying attention and putting our energy into supporting the folks and the organizations or clients, if we're consultants, in their work. So that just made me think, man, what's my routines, especially when it comes to marketing? And what are those things that are priority? How do we set priorities in our routines for our marketing? And so I've just been doing some reflecting about that. So today we're going to have that conversation. We kind of talk you through my routines for marketing and what I go through and what that looks like, the good, bad, and the ugly of those. And then give you three marketing must haves so that as you're thinking about your routines, incorporating these must haves in those, and I'll even add on a bonus because hey, what the heck, we want to get more value for our time, so we'll give you that a bonus one on top of that. So please, um, let me know where you're coming in from and what's brought you here. Chasen's always good to have you, and Ruth, of course, here from Ottawa. So awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And again, as always, please interact, engage, connect with each other. The people that come in these spaces are quality folks. So you're going to want to continue to engage and build relationship with those folks. If you haven't already, please do. So want to kick off with my marketing routine and want to go through my weekly, kind of what my weekly pattern is, and then how I go about the daily work of marketing. Because we talked about early on, kind of over the few weeks that we've been having these conversations about marketing, that really everything when we're doing our business is marketing. And so what are those things specifically that I'm talking about in my marketing routine? So, what I'm talking about is specifically LinkedIn, because we're here, want to talk about my routine on LinkedIn and then also doing some email marketing. So, going kind of through the week in chronological order, Monday, uh, is my normal day that I spend in creating content. And so having time set aside in my calendar every Monday for a couple hours to be able to do that, and making sure that I don't have anything, no other appointments or coaching sessions, networking on those in those time periods. That time is set aside that I'm going to, okay, put my mind and focus on writing posts or writing my emails on those days. Now, over the holidays, things have kind of been thrown off and that routine hasn't taken place as much. But before the holidays had kind of come in every Monday, 2.5, 3 hours, spending that time. And one of those things that I use to help keep me kind of on track, especially while I'm um, creating my content. I don't know if this is a challenge with you, but it's that whole squirrel thing, especially if you're working for yourself, or even if you're not, you're working for an organization, you're working from home, it can be easy to get distracted. The kids, partner, YouTube, whatever it might be, they can pull us in. And so having uh, a timer. I like to use a Pomodoro timer. I actually have it on my tab on my computer screen that I use. Um, and if you're familiar with Pomodoros, it's basically setting a timer for 25 minutes and then being focused on that task and then taking a 5-minute break so that you're not so overwhelmed. Because if you're creating content for the whole week, maybe you're creating a couple, 2, 3 posts, whatever it might be. If you're writing an email, you're doing an Instagram, whatever it might be, it can be easy to be like, oh man, I got to create all of this content. When we break it down, like we like to do in continuous improvement, break it down into small steps, small chunks, then it makes that less overwhelming to be able to go, okay, I can actually handle this. Um, so if you have like 2.5, 3 hours, then breaking it down to those chunks makes it easier. And I'll talk when I go into my daily routine, you'll see how I kind of incorporate that kind of framework into that. And Vicky, thanks for joining us from Ireland. That's awesome. I love it, love it, love it. Um, so Monday, creating that content and having that time set aside to be able to do it, because again, I know there are some folks, and I there are folks in my network who have more of I'll just do it the spur of the moment. And I totally respect that and get that. And also, I think there is power in having that intention. We'll talk about the must haves here in terms of marketing in just a couple minutes. But I think when you set up these routines, it helps be able to create consistency in what you're creating and give you grounding in what you're creating. And for yourself, too. I know for me, when I have routine, I feel a lot more grounded in just in myself, in my body, and just all over. So Monday, creating content. Tuesday, well, as I've just started here over the last couple months, Tuesday, my marketing is around these LinkedIn lives. So um, making sure that I'm up in time and have my mind ready, do my morning routine, do my meditation, and then kind of get my mind ready to go and in the right place so that I can be here and be present. So I definitely see both the Tuesday coaching and the Thursday, these sessions as marketing. And I'll tell you why, because the people that I'm seeking to support, folks that are lean practitioners that genuinely care and want to help people and are in organizations, and typically the vast majority of folks are those folks that are making that transition from doing the work inside an organization to doing work on their own. So, folks that are coming to these sessions, either being coached in those live sessions or coming to watch and learn a part of those coaching sessions on Tuesday or here on Thursday, are the people that I'm seeking to support with my practice of coaching. So, if I'm here on Tuesday, and I'm offering support and coaching lean coaches. My hope is that people will see that and go, huh, I wonder if, man, I've got these challenges that are similar to those people that I'm seeing sitting in the chair on Tuesday. I'm thinking Sam could help me through. If in 20 minutes he's doing this work to help this person, what would it look like to work with him and have him help me through my challenges and problems? I'm stuck in this area just like this person. I could really use that. Now, maybe not that whole conversation is going on, but in some way, shape, or form, that's happening. And so if I'm there, stepping into that space and offering my um, support and guidance and expertise in that moment, that is a marketing message that I'm sending, that I'm here, I'm available. These are the things that I can help with. And I'm just demonstrating it in that moment. Like, this is the kind of coaching you get from me. This is what I'm giving here. So you can clearly see it. And then on Thursday, here, um, it's offering the insight and guidance and expertise, and then still the building that personal relationship, that you can see me. I'm a human. I'm not just like a text on a post. And you can, it's a building that relationship, and you're seeing my, as the kids say, POV, right? The perspective that I have on the world, on lean. And so these Tuesday and Thursday sessions are a big part of that marketing. And it's something that's new for my routine. It used to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays that I would do posts in a specific types of posts on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I went ahead and switched that up and invested my time and energy to these places. And I actually really like this. I was just talking about this with someone the other day, and how much I actually really like kind of the off the cuff type of pieces to both the Tuesday and the Thursday. The Tuesday, especially, because I really love sitting and supporting and helping folks. And there's not a lot of preparation other than just making sure I'm present and grounded, that I have a conversation with a person beforehand just for a little bit. But I just love it. I get excited for that, being able to help and support folks through their challenges in those moments, and just being present. And then Thursday, I like these sessions. I love these conversations. A little more prep goes into them to make sure that I have my talking points ready and my outline ready. So these Tuesdays and Thursday sessions have replaced those, in terms of like content and posts on LinkedIn, because I'm going to make sure that I'm interacting with the folks on that have come in. Like, you're already here, going to be engaging with you, of course, during this conversation that we're having here, but also after, and seeing, okay, what were the things that you took away? What are the things that worked? What didn't? What resonated? What didn't? Um, so that's the Tuesday and Thursday marketing. And then I also have an email that goes out to folks that are on my newsletter and email list. And of course, if you'd like to hop on that, you're feel free. I've got a link on my profile page, and mostly different content that I'm creating on um, my LinkedIn. It's a little more long form, but still the same storytelling, the energy, and offering um, a practice or tips to be able to help the same people, the folks that are lean practitioners, people centered, that are in that kind of transition phase, and speaking to them, supporting them, encouraging them on those Thursday emails. And then Wednesdays, so typically Wednesdays on LinkedIn, I'm doing a poll of some sort. So yesterday, um, if you would have, if you haven't already, again, you can go back and check it out. I did a poll on, hey, do you feel do you feel sleazy when you do sales, as a, as a consultant or in whatever space you are? And that's a great opportunity to be able to get feedback from folks, to get to know more of folks that are in the space, the folks that might have challenges, and get to know more of the voice of the customer in that space. So I really like polls on LinkedIn, because, and especially with LinkedIn, um, making them really short questions and short answers, like yes, no, true, false, shorter words, and no more than 3 responses to make it really easy. 2 is great. I think if you can do that, I always like to have an other shoot me a DM or comment if it's a yes, no, or true, false, it just doesn't fit, so that we can generate those interactions and engagements, and can lead to further engagement outside of just the post itself and the comments. So again, that Wednesday I will typically reserve for having a poll post and then engage with that. Then on Fridays and Saturdays, I'm typically doing what my LinkedIn coach, Darren Gibb, has called mic drop posts, or we call value posts. So, mic drop posts are just what's your perspective on the world in this specific space? If you're a lean consultant, what's the way that you look at the world as a lean consultant different than the way that most others do? Anyone that's in marketing will tell you priority is to attract and repel, attract and repel. If your message is very bland and vanilla, as I like to call it, vanilla, um, then you're not really going to be attracting folks to you. You'll be getting everybody, but no one at any meaningful level. And in fact, that's been a part of my marketing is vanilla lean. I'm tired of that. We don't do a great job as practitioners or consultants in being able to offer our like this is the way that I look at it. It's different than the rest of this community looks at, and that's okay. We don't have to have everybody on board with us. So having a post like that where you're really sharing your perspective on the world, so that mic drop post. And then also the other posts that I'll use on these Friday and Saturday ones are value. So offering some tips or practices that can really help people. Obviously, as a consultant, I have coaching services that I'm offering, but I don't want that to be a part of every single post that I do. Hey, book a call. Hey, book a call. Hey, come to this. I want people to see that I'm actually there for them to support them and offering value. So again, that's why when I come on these Thursday sessions, giving you value and offering you some practices or tips or thoughts, not just like a 30-minute sales pitch. Like that's not great marketing, and it's not effective either. People are going to grow tired of that really easy. So Friday and Saturday, you'll often see the value posts, and then again like those mic drop posts, and always with a storytelling element to it, to engage people and bring them in, not just facts and figures, but telling a story that people can hop into and see themselves in, and especially being like the hero. This is something that again my LinkedIn coach, he goes way more into depth on in terms of how to write story and what to do with that. But that's my routine Monday through Saturday, and then Sunday I always take that day off. My coach, my previous coach, he really got me and was really hard on me and said you got to take a day off, get that refreshment recharge in as part of your routine, and so that you can be your best. And I'm like, yes. So for the past, gosh, it's been 9 months at least, I am not on LinkedIn. I don't do any work. I just reserve it as time to hang out with my family, do the laundry, get meals ready for the week, watch some football, just chill out and recharge. So that's the weekly routine. And we're going to end up here in just a moment with the marketing must-haves, because I want to make sure you take those away. Yes, absolutely, Chase. Let's take that day off, right? Um, so the daily routine. So when I'm on and I'm doing my LinkedIn routine, so this would be more of a daily LinkedIn routine. Whenever I have a post that I'm doing, or even when I'm doing a live, the vast majority of folks who are tracking these things on LinkedIn, and they follow the algorithm and all the things, say that anytime that you post on LinkedIn, you should be spending the first hour after you post, engaged with folks who are coming into your post. So anytime that I do a post, and I typically will do my posts around 7, 8 a.m. Um, to be able to make sure, because I have other routines that are part of my day, to start my day with doing the post for an hour. So I make sure that I'm on for an hour. I work my way backwards and go, okay, if I post at 7 a.m., do I have anything in there? Because I want to be able to make sure that I have clear focus on that. Emma, thanks for dropping in. Natalie, Darius, appreciate it. And Emma, thanks for the question. And yes, I did post a video every day for a year. And yeah, there was definitely an increase in engagement. I think that we'll go to like the marketing piece in terms of the frames that we want to apply when we're thinking about marketing. And yes, I posted a video every day for a year called 90-Second Purpose. And I really didn't have a purpose at that point for them around my business. I hadn't launched my business at that point. But it did increase, follower. Um, I'd have to go back and look at all the statistics around like the actual engagement, but I've seen way more engagement with my content right now because, and I would say it's a lot because I'm intentional with it and doing things like making sure that I'm there for the first hour and engaging with comments that are coming in. Um, so having that golden hour, right? Making sure that we're there for 60 minutes after you post. That's a part of my routine. I'm always there. I'm pretty like regimented about it. I want to make sure that I'm there for 60 minutes and engaging. And a big piece of that is like, okay, well, I'm not standing there sitting in front of my computer twiddling my thumbs going, where's the comments? Where are the comments? I do like to post a comment, about 5-10 minutes into to maybe share a little bit more and ask another prompting question, really simple, like a yes, no, or something that will drive a conversation, not like a question that's asking for a long answer, but something that will garner an engagement. And then um, going over and commenting on other folks' posts that either I want to support or are in my same area, or people that I really enjoy their content. So I'll go make sure I engage with their content as well. And then come back and engage with anybody else. And always, if as comments are coming in, making sure that I'm engaging and replying to those in that first hour, especially. And then asking follow-up questions to maybe ask for sharing more, because a lot of times maybe you'll notice people will put like shorter comments or not much, but like great idea, or that's awesome. Really like asking, well, can you tell me more about that? What really stood out to you, or what resonated, or tell me more about that story, are always great because that increases the comments and the engagement. And I always like to go back at the end, towards the end of the day, and circle back and follow up on any other comments that have come in throughout the day um, around that. So the post, that's a part of my routine. And then making sure that I am replying. So during that hour, I go engage with other posts, replying to any comments that come in. And then also any DMs that have come in over the previous night. I'm not sitting at night looking through my DMs. When I come back in, I'll make sure that I'm posting and then commenting and then replying to any incoming DMs, that questions or conversations that are going on. And then I have a system for follow up with people. So um, the DMs are kind of the inbound conversations. I might have prompted it, but I'm getting a reply back. And then I also have a app that I use that my coach helped create, where I have folks that I'm seeking to support or building a relationship and would like to eventually work with, and setting dates to follow up with them, sending them DM messages or a video, or shooting them a voice note to check in with them or ask them a question or follow up on a conversation, or even just add value. Hey, I was on this podcast, wondering what, would love to hear your thoughts when you get a chance. So it's making sure that we're following up. And then lastly, a part of my routine is making sure that I'm sending out connection requests to people that I want to um, that I think I would be able to support or want to build relationship with. So those people, if I've identified them as people that I'd like to support, then making sure um, that I'm sending those connection requests. And dang, the time's already flown by. And there's a whole process that I have for connection, like sending connections and building connections. Because I often hear people like, you might see as getting the pitch slaps or cold messaging. There's ways to go ahead and send connection requests with a message so that you can start right off the bat by building a relationship. People, we miss this opportunity to build that relationship right off from the bat. And I'd say that's been a huge piece for me, is building that relationship. So, all right, let's get to those marketing must-haves. And if you'd like to if you want more detail, you have any other questions around some of these pieces, please comment and shoot that so we can have more conversation around this. I certainly don't have this down like 100%. I'm still figuring things out. I'm experimenting with my routines and processes. So definitely let me know what your processes are. What are your marketing routines in your week? Do you have some? Are they sporadic, or do you have some like little pieces that are routines? So marketing must-haves, we want to make sure that and I appreciate Ivan for checking in on this. He had mentioned, Ivan Carrillo, he had mentioned yesterday um, that treating marketing as a conversation. And I love this. So the three marketing must have: conversation, clarity, and conciseness. So we want to make sure, and Ivan, full props to you. I love this frame. If we're looking at marketing as just a conversation with the people that we're seeking to support, that is everything. That is everything. We're really treating it as like I'm standing on a corner and having a conversation with that person. Then we need clarity in our message. And I love this from, you all know, if you've been around me any, that I'm a huge fan of Seth Godin in his book, The Practice. These three questions are things that you could sit with for a while. Who are you trying to change? What change are you trying to make? And how will you know if it worked? So answering that, who are you trying to change? Are you clear on that in your mind? Who are you trying to change? What change are you trying to make? And how will you know if it worked? So being clear on those three things, and conciseness. If we as lean practitioners talk about waste, um, we need to do that in our marketing. Are we concise with our message? Are we clear? And are we treating it as a conversation? So we need to be able to do that in our marketing as well. We don't need waste in our marketing. We can have like these long posts or long emails, and they're not, when you could say the same thing in less amount of space. And there are tools out there that can help us do that. There are coaches, Chat GPT, so many resources out there to do it. One bonus: purpose. Always purpose, always purpose, having a why and why we're doing this. Man, this time flew by. I really appreciate, as always, you all jumping in, joining in to the conversation. Please keep the conversation going. And like I said, if you want to hop in to be coached and get supported, please, please, please reach out. I'd love to have you on. I have a couple more spots in January. So let me know so we can get that arranged. And please engage, connect with each other, and share these with folks. We'll be back again on Tuesday. Emma's going to be joining in the seat. So, Emma, I'm excited for that. And please share and repost if you found this valuable. Thanks again. Have a fantastic rest of your week. And we will talk to you next Tuesday, my friends. Be well.